All right, so today we're diving deep into something most people probably never think about.
Interesting.
Yeah, like when you're on Wikipedia.
Right.
Have you ever wondered, like, who's actually writing all that stuff?
I guess I just always assumed, like, experts or something.
Experts, sure, but also a lot of PR, believe it or not. We're talking about companies and individuals
Oh, wow.
trying to control their image online, and they use Wikipedia to do it.
That makes sense. I guess I never thought about it.
Yeah, and today's deep dive is going to get into the nitty-gritty of that. We've got this article, How to Represent a Client on Wikipedia Without Revealing Your Conflict of Interest.
Okay.
And it's wild. Like, how do you make a Wikipedia entry look totally unbiased when you're actually
Right, when you're paid to, yeah.
paid to make someone look good? It's a whole strategy.
Well, and Wikipedia is like this huge source of info, right? So it matters.
Oh, it totally matters. It's like everyone's go-to. But here's something I learned that blew my mind.
Yep.
Wikipedia, even though it's global, it actually operates under U.S. law.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because it's a U.S.-based nonprofit.
I did not know that.
So that means...
Even edits from, like, other countries.
Exactly. They still got to follow U.S. advertising rules.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine
Otherwise, you're basically...
just sneaking in advertising without anyone knowing.
Right, it'd be like native advertising gone wild.
Totally. And that's where the FTC comes in, the Federal Trade Commission. They're all about transparency.
Right, making sure ads are, upfront about it.
Exactly. Because think about it. You're reading what you think is just straight up facts.
You're trusting it.
And then, boom, it's a hidden ad. You've been tricked.
That's so sneaky.
Ugh, the worst. So how do we, like average internet users, avoid falling for that?
Okay, so the article gives some great tips, like how to spot these PR-driven edits.
Lay it on me.
One of the biggest ones is the writing. If it's all polished and glowing, be suspicious.
So it's like reading a brochure, not an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Exactly. Wikipedia is supposed to be neutral, verifiable.
Right, not like, we're the best and all that jazz.
Yeah, no exclamation points allowed. And another thing,
Okay, what else?
all those corporate buzzwords, the ones...
Synergy and all that?
Yeah, all those vague, impressive-sounding terms.
Oh, I hate those.
They're a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you see this thing, it's like trivia overload.
Trivia overload.
Yeah, like listing every single award, every little media mention.
Oh, come on, who cares?
Right. Like it's just trying to show off, even if it's not that relevant.
So how do you show you're notable without sounding like you're bragging?
The key is show, don't tell. And this is where the article gets really smart.
I'm listening.
It says you got to rely on independent sources, like real reputable ones.
So instead of saying you're amazing, you point to someone else who said it.
Yes, like news articles, research papers, stuff like that.
It's like you're building a case, but with evidence, not just hype.
That's it. And if a company's really notable, that evidence will be out there.
Okay, so what if a company's doing all that right? Can we still tell it's PR?
Oh yeah, there are sneaky tricks.
Like what? Spill the tea?
Even formatting can be a clue. Like too many subsections.
Really?
Yeah, it starts to look less like an encyclopedia and more like a sales pitch.
I see, like they're anticipating every question you might have.
Exactly. And those info boxes, the ones on the side?
Yeah, with the key facts.
If they're crammed full, that can be suspicious too.
Like they're trying to fit in every selling point.
Yep. And photos, don't get me started on photos.
Oh, what about them?
Too many, especially staged-looking ones, that's a red flag.
It's like they're trying to visually brand you, even on Wikipedia.
Exactly. So it's this balance, right? Giving info, but not being too promotional.
Gotcha. But here's something I bet most PR people don't know.
Tell me.
All that SEO stuff, keywords and all that, totally useless on Wikipedia.
What? Seriously. But I thought SEO was like everything online.
It is, but Wikipedia is different. Their links are what's called no-follow.
No-follow. What does that mean?
So search engines, like Google, they don't count those links when ranking websites.
Oh, so it's like they're invisible to the SEO algorithms.
Exactly. So all that effort to game the system, wasted.
It makes you wonder if Wikipedia is like the last bastion of pure information.
Maybe. But it does make you think, is it always bad to have a conflict of interest when you're editing Wikipedia?
Right. Like, what if you genuinely want to update info about your company, but you also want to be honest?
Yeah. What's the line?
Well, the article says having a conflict isn't automatically bad.
It's more about how you approach it.
Exactly. It's your mindset that matters.
So you got to think like a neutral editor, not a marketer.
Right. The goal's to inform, not to sell.
That's a good distinction. And man, this is just scratching the surface, folks. There's a whole lot more to uncover about how companies try to shape their image on Wikipedia.
It really is fascinating.
It is, and we're going to dive even deeper after the break. Stay tuned.
It's all about, respecting how Wikipedia is supposed to be this neutral source.
Yeah, like we're all kind of caretakers of it in a way, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And this has got me thinking.
Okay.
Say I'm like a PR person. How do I do this right? Represent my client on Wikipedia. Ethically, I mean.
Oh, that's a good question. A lot of our listeners might be wondering that very thing.
Right. So what does the article say?
Yeah, any practical tips?
Well, first off, no more marketing speak.
So no hyping them up.
Yeah, got to stick to that neutral encyclopedia tone.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
Pretty much. And when it comes to achievements, less is more.
Oh, like don't list every award under the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Choose the ones that really matter and that have been covered by, like we said.
Independent sources. It's all about that backup.
Right. It's like those sources are your proof.
So I should be looking for articles from big news outlets, journals, that sort of thing.
Yeah, anything that has more weight than just the company saying they're great.
Makes sense. Okay, so what about the way the entry's structured?
Keep it simple, clean,
So no going overboard with tons of subsections.
Right. And those info boxes, the ones on the side.
I know what you mean.
Don't cram them full.
Like, no one needs to know the square footage of their office.
Exactly. And pictures, use them wisely.
Okay, pictures. What's the deal there?
Ask yourself, does this actually add something, or is it just for show?
So a good picture helps explain things, but too many.
It starts to feel like an ad.
Right. And I guess before you actually publish anything...
You got to take a step back,
Yeah, like what's my goal here?
Am I being a good Wikipedia editor, or am I just trying to sneak in a sales pitch?
It's almost like that moment before you hit send on an email, right? You want to double check everything?
Yeah, good analogy.
Yeah.
Balance is key, representing your client well, but also staying true to what Wikipedia is all about.
This whole thing really shows how important it is to think critically.
Oh, totally.
Not just when we're editing, but just like browsing online in general.
We can't just take everything at face value anymore, right?
Yeah, we got to be like little internet detectives, always on the lookout.
Who's saying this? Why are they saying it? What are they trying to get me to believe?
Exactly. That's how we stay informed. And honestly, big shout out to all those volunteer editors out there.
The ones keeping Wikipedia accurate.
Yeah, they're doing a huge service, keeping this whole thing from falling apart.
They're like the guardians of knowledge or something.
Oh, right. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. It really shows you how complex Wikipedia is, right? Like there are so many different forces at play.
Yeah, it's like this constant push and pull between, shaping the narrative and keeping things neutral.
And we as users, we're right in the middle of it all.
We got to be aware of that, right? Can't just assume everything we read is the whole truth.
Exactly. It's like we have to be active participants in this whole information ecosystem.
And the more we know about how it all works, the better decisions we can make.
So it's bigger than just Wikipedia, really.
Oh, for sure. It's about, applying critical thinking to everything we see online.
To all the information we take in, yeah.
Exactly. Having that healthy skepticism,
Questioning everything.
digging deeper, looking for different perspectives.
Because let's be real, a lot of what we see online is designed to influence us, right?
Oh, absolutely. Whether we realize it or not.
And if we just accept it all blindly.
We're letting other people shape our worldview.
And that's kind of scary when you think about it.
It is. It's like the information we consume, it literally shapes how we see the world.
So next time you're on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
take a second look at the page,
Really look at it.
Yeah. Can you spot any of the things we talked about? Like, is the language super promotional?
Are the sources actually reliable?
Is the formatting kind of weird? Like it's trying to lead you to a certain conclusion?
That's a good exercise,
It is. It reminds us that even on a site like Wikipedia,
which we tend to think of as, neutral and factual.
and we still got to be careful.
We got to think critically.
Exactly. That's how we become informed, empowered citizens in this crazy digital world.
Well, couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. But honestly, this is a topic we could talk about forever, right?
Oh, totally. It's so relevant, especially now.
So keep those critical thinking skills sharp, folks. And remember, the internet's a wild place.
Stay vigilant out there.
Stay vigilant.